Hello YouTube. So now we know what the UFO was sighted in northern Russia on September 9, 2021. Please see my video titled Strange UFOs of the Russian North. Now we know the origin of the UFO. As reported by Russian media and the press service of the Northern Fleet. All open sources, we have no other ones. But this should clarify what the Russian Navy is up to. The nuclear-powered submarine missile cruiser of the Northern Fleet, Orel, or in English is Eagle, of the Project 949A Antey, performed a missile firing in the Barents Sea, hitting a surface target that simulates an enemy ship. According to the report, the firing was carried out from an underwater position by an anti-ship cruise missile Granit. According to objective control data, the missile hit the target at a range of more than 100 kilometers. It is noted that the Granit anti-ship missile system, which is equipped with the Project 949A nuclear-powered submarine missile cruisers, is still an effective weapon for combating surface ship groups. The complex can hit targets at a distance of up to 500 kilometers, overcoming the enemy's missile defenses. According to the Fleet Command, the crew of the nuclear submarine Orel successfully coped with the task, demonstrating high professionalism and naval training. That's what the press service added. The exercises with the Arctic Expeditionary Group in the Barents Sea are held under the leadership of the commander of the Northern Fleet, Admiral Alexander Moiseev. The exercises are the final stage of the complex of measures for operational and combat training of the Northern Fleet forces this year. They are held at the testing ranges of the Murmansk region, in the waters of the Barents and Kara Seas, the Laptev Sea, near the Novosibirsk Islands, the Franz Josef Land archipelago. Up to 8,000 people participated in the exercises. Military personnel, also about 800 units of combat and special equipment, including 40 tanks, 460 armored combat vehicles, and up to 240 artillery guns, mortars, and multiple rocket launchers. About 120 aircraft, including unmanned aerial vehicles, up to 50 ships and support vessels. The UFO observed on September 9 came from the nuclear submarine Orel, and again it's from the Project 949A Antey, and that's when it fired that cruise missile Granit during the exercises in the Barents Sea. Before we get to the submarine, listen, this is the area of real UFO and USO sightings, going back decades, many years, on numerous occasions. And what they sighted were no American or NATO ships. Not in the 1940s, 1950s, or before, or later. They know something is going on. Look at my videos about the submarines in the Barents Sea, strange incidents, and of course, very unusual UFO sightings. Anyway, back to the submarine. This submarine is a third-generation ship. Today, Russia is building and developing nuclear submarines of the fourth and fifth generations. Now, Russia is building one of the most modern nuclear submarines of the Project 955 Borei and 885 Yasin. Yasin means ash tree in English. These are fourth-generation submarines. These projects determine the development and level of our strategic nuclear submarine fleet, according to the Russian military expert Dmitry Litovkin. By the end of 2021, the Russian Navy will be replenished by the strategic submarine of the Project 955A Borei-A, and the name of it is Knyazov, Prince Oleg. Also, the multi-purpose submarine of the Project 885M Yasin M Novosibirsk, and the carrier of the strategic system Poseidon, the special purpose submarine Belgorod. By the way, Belgorod recently returned to Severodvinsk, having completed the first stage of factory sea trials, and Belgorod will serve in the Pacific Fleet. By the way, today the Russian Navy has 4 submarines of the Project 955 Borei. Each submarine carries 16 Bulava intercontinental ballistic missiles. Borei has retractable electric motors, the so-called azipods. That is, the motor is located on a hinge outside the housing and can rotate 360 degrees. The electric motor is silent, which allows the Borei project submarine to turn on the spot, move forward, backward, sideways, unnoticed by the enemy, Dmitry Litovkin said. Borei can also use hypersonic missiles Zircon, cruise missiles Caliber, and supersonic universal anti-ship missiles Onyx. In September, there should be the first launch of a hypersonic missile from a submarine, most likely from the Severodvinsk nuclear submarine, according to Litovkin. Americans do not have hypersonics, and we have such missiles already. Shooting from the ships, firing from the ships. We are ahead of them in terms of ballistic missiles. The Bulava is new. The Americans are exploiting what was created in the 1980s. This does not mean that their weapons are worse, but technologically we are ahead of them, according to the Russian experts. As noted on the website of the St. Petersburg Design Maritime Bureau Malachit, the ships of the Project 885 Yasin are designed to fight submarines and ship groups, as well as to strike enemy ground targets. The multi-purpose nuclear submarines of the Yasin project solve a wide range of tasks, both anti-submarine and anti-surface ships, according to the Doctor of Military Sciences Konstantin Sivkov. They are equipped with 32 launchers, in which both Zircons, Calibers, and Onyx can be loaded. Such a salvo can destroy a group of enemy ships, including an aircraft carrier strike group. The aircraft carrier will be sunk. 3 or 4 ships out of 10 ships will be destroyed, so it is called the killer of aircraft carriers. However, according to the former commander of the Black Sea Fleet, Admiral Vladimir Komoyedov, the presence of such a submarine and missiles capable of destroying an aircraft carrier group does not remove the question of the importance of having aircraft carriers in Russia. This story with the submarines and their weapons against aircraft carriers is from the category of "we will throw hats and bury you." That's the Russian saying, referring to unjustified bragging. We need to take the enemy's strike force very seriously. The United States has the deepest, 1,500 kilometers defense, operates in the zone of domination in the air and at sea, in the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, Komoyedov said. We do not have domination there, and we will not be able to achieve it in the near future. Yes, it's good that there is Onyx, but one ship with the task of defeating the grouping of an aircraft carrier is unlikely to cope. The military academies were teaching whole courses considered naval operations for this task, and we won't just throw hats. There will be not enough hats. In parallel with the construction of the 4th generation submarines, Russian shipbuilders are working on the 5th generation so-called Husky submarine. It is being developed by the St. Petersburg Marine Engineering Bureau Malachit. The Husky in the future should replace the submarines of the Project 949A Antey and the submarine boats Shuka or Pike B of the Project 971 of various modifications. The first submarine of this project is planned to be delivered to the Russian Navy in 2030. There is practically no specific information about the Husky. Military experts speak about it only presuming things. It is planned that the underwater displacement of the submarine will be about 12 to 13,000 tons. The submarines will have a double hull design, and the crew of the submarine will be about 90 people. In terms of size, Huskies will be smaller than Yasin. According to information from open sources, Huskies are being developed in two versions, or two different types. The anti-submarine type will be equipped with caliber anti-ship missiles. This modification of the missile system is designed to destroy submarines of a likely enemy. Strategic missile submarines of the Columbia, in parentheses United States, and Vanguard, Great Britain types. The second version of the Husky will be armed with anti-ship hypersonic cruise missiles Zircon, and is designed to destroy large surface ships, including aircraft carriers. It is assumed that the Huskies will be even more silent than the fourth generation submarines due to the body made of composite materials. It is believed that they will reduce the reflection of enemy sonar signals and reduce the overall mass of the ship. The designers said that these submarines will be built according to a modular design. That is, the basic compartments of the ships will be interchangeable, and the compartments for weapons will be made for each type of ship. This will reduce the cost of production and speed up the construction process. And besides, it will allow you to first test the compartment, and only then put it in the submarine. Thus, the fifth generation nuclear submarine Husky is like a sausage cut into slices, according to Dmitry Litovkin. According to the Doctor of Military Sciences Sivkov, there is no official information that such Husky submarines are being developed in the United States, but it cannot be excluded that such developments are underway. So, I would say expect a few more UFOs that are in reality missiles being tested by various superpower nations as well as regional powers. As for the September 9th firing, check out the official video. The link is in the description to my video here. And to clarify my point of view on all of this, the real adversary is not the United States, NATO, or China. The real perceived adversary are those real inconceivably super fast unidentified flying object and the unidentified submersible objects, the various war games and military exercises by different nations who can create such defensive assets as granite. There's just ways to show our prowess, that we are strong and we can meet the challenge, to show that we Earthlings can try to defend ourselves should there be a need. But I do not know if our weapons are matched to what those who pilot UFOs and USOs have in their armory, if there is a need at all. But I think it's Putin who would know, Xi would know. So we shall see what's going on with all of this. But I'll keep an eye, and I'll tell you about real sightings and sightings that are created by military exercises, and I mean UFO sightings. I thank you for your support. If you can, please support me. You will see the links in the description to this video. Please tell others, subscribe to my channel. I am telling you stories about paranormal phenomena in Eurasia and other parts of the world, and I will bring you more different videos on a variety of subjects in the fields that I'm interested in. Thank you.